Have you ever asked yourself why you keep waking up several times a night to urinate, and whether this might be more than just age? For men like John, who is 67, those sleepless nights became routine as he rose from bed 5 times before morning, never realizing his prostate was slowly swelling and pressing against his urinary tube. Normally, this gland is no larger than a walnut, but once enlarged, it can block the flow of urine, disturb rest, and even increase the risk of prostate cancer. Dr. David, a leading urologist with decades of experience, explains that this growth is fueled by hormonal changes that silently trigger inflammation and enlargement. The hopeful news is that research shows one simple food, familiar to nearly every household, can cut the risk of prostate enlargement by up to 21%. Stay with me until the end, because I will show you exactly how to use it in daily life. But before we talk about this natural protector, let us first understand what an enlarged prostate really is and why it becomes such a burden for so many men after 60. What is an enlarged prostate? Benign prostatic hyperplasia, often shortened to BPH, is the medical term for an enlarged prostate, a condition that affects the majority of men as they move past the age of 60. The prostate is a small gland, normally the size of a walnut, sitting just below the bladder and wrapped around the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of the body. When the prostate grows larger than normal, it narrows that passageway and makes urination more difficult than it should be. Many men begin to notice that their urine stream has become weak or that they struggle to start and finish properly, and the most frustrating symptom is waking up several times at night because the bladder never feels completely empty. Beyond the annoyance of broken sleep, BPH carries hidden risks that can slowly wear away at a man's quality of life. The constant need to urinate leads to fatigue, daytime drowsiness, and irritability, while stagnant urine trapped in the bladder creates a breeding ground for infections. Over time, if left untreated, chronic irritation of the prostate can also increase the risk of more serious disease, including prostate cancer. This is why doctors like Dr. David emphasize that recognizing the symptoms early is not a matter of vanity, but a matter of protecting overall health and independence in later years. The biology behind BPH may sound complicated, yet it can be explained in simple terms. Testosterone, the male hormone responsible for muscle, energy, and vitality, is naturally converted by an enzyme into a stronger form called DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. While useful in small amounts, excess DHT stimulates the prostate cells to grow, and as the years pass, the gland responds by enlarging more than it should. Studies show that even though testosterone gradually decreases with age, the enzyme that makes DHT remains active, meaning the prostate continues to feel the pressure of that hormonal signal long after other systems slow down. Modern medicine offers drugs such as finasteride, which work by blocking that conversion and reducing the influence of DHT. Clinical trials demonstrate that finasteride can shrink the prostate by about 23%, which sounds encouraging at first. However, men must also weigh the potential side effects, which can include a loss of sexual desire, erectile problems, changes in mood, or even penile shrinkage and breast tissue growth in some cases. For many men, these trade-offs feel too heavy, and they begin to search for gentler, natural ways to support their prostate without risking their identity or confidence. Understanding what BPH is, how it shows itself, and why it develops gives you the foundation to take control instead of living in confusion or fear. In the next part, we will explore one of the most remarkable natural compounds discovered in food, a substance that research links directly to a healthier prostate and a better night's rest. Lycopene, the miracle compound in tomatoes. Among the many natural compounds that scientists have studied, lycopene stands out as one of the most powerful allies for prostate health. Lycopene is a carotenoid, the pigment that gives tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit their deep red color, but it is far more than just a coloring agent. It is a strong antioxidant, meaning it helps to neutralize unstable molecules called free radicals that quietly damage cells over time. This protective effect is especially important for the prostate, a gland that is highly sensitive to inflammation and oxidative stress. By reducing this silent damage, lycopene helps calm the very processes that drive the prostate to grow larger with age. One of the most famous studies on lycopene came from Harvard University, where researchers followed tens of thousands of men over several years. The results showed that men who ate tomatoes regularly had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared with those who rarely ate them. The protective effect was particularly strong when tomatoes were consumed in cooked or processed forms such as tomato sauce or paste, which contain higher concentrations of bioavailable lycopene. This means the body could absorb and use the compound more effectively when the tomatoes had been heated. For many men, this simple dietary habit turned out to be one of the easiest and most effective steps toward protecting their prostate health. The story of Michael, a 70-year-old retired accountant, illustrates this in real life. For years, Michael had been waking up 4 or 5 times each night, exhausted by constant trips to the bathroom. At first, he assumed this was simply what getting older meant, until he spoke with his doctor and learned about the role of diet in prostate health. With encouragement, he began adding cooked tomato dishes into his weekly routine. Twice a week, his wife prepared simple meals like tomato soup or pasta with a homemade tomato and olive oil sauce. After 3 months of consistency, Michael noticed that he was waking up fewer times at night, his stream was stronger, and he even felt more rested in the morning. It was not a miracle pill, but a gradual improvement that restored comfort and peace of mind. The reason cooked tomatoes make such a difference comes down to biology. In raw form, lycopene is locked inside the thick cell walls of the tomato, making it harder for your digestive system to extract. Heat softens those walls and releases more lycopene into a form your body can absorb. When olive oil or another healthy fat is added, the effect is even stronger, because lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning it dissolves in oil rather than water. In simple terms, cooking tomatoes with a little olive oil is like unlocking a treasure chest, allowing your body to receive the full benefits of this natural protector. Although tomatoes are the richest source, lycopene is also found in other foods. Watermelon contains a good amount, as does pink grapefruit and guava, while carrots provide a smaller contribution. However, research consistently shows that tomatoes deliver the highest concentration, especially when consumed as sauce, paste, or cooked stews. For men concerned about their prostate, this makes tomatoes not only convenient, but also the most effective way to harness the power of lycopene. Eating a few slices of raw tomato in a salad is helpful, but simmering them into a sauce multiplies the effect many times over. Health experts, including Dr. David, recommend eating tomato-based dishes at least 2 to 3 times per week to maintain steady support for prostate health. This does not require complicated recipes or expensive supplements. A bowl of homemade tomato soup, a plate of whole grain pasta topped with natural tomato sauce, or a vegetable stew enriched with tomato paste and olive oil can all serve as powerful, simple options. The only caution is to avoid sauces with added sugar, since sugar fuels inflammation and counteracts the very benefits you are seeking. By choosing pure, unsweetened tomato products, you give your body the best chance to heal itself naturally. The power of lycopene is a reminder that small, consistent choices can quietly shape the future of your health. Instead of waiting for problems to become severe, you can begin protecting your prostate now with meals that are easy, affordable, and enjoyable. Imagine how different your nights might feel after several weeks of fewer bathroom trips, deeper rest, and the relief of knowing you are taking care of your body. Tomatoes are not a cure-all, but they are a safe, natural, and proven way to reduce risk and improve quality of life. Now that you understand the unique benefits of lycopene, the next step is to explore other natural allies for your prostate. Minerals, vitamins, and plant compounds can all play a supportive role when combined with a diet rich in tomatoes. In the following section, we will look at these partners in detail and see how together they form a complete defense for long-term prostate health. Other foods that support the prostate. While tomatoes and lycopene hold the spotlight, they are not the only foods that can help maintain a healthy prostate. Minerals, vitamins, and natural plant extracts also play a vital role in reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and protecting prostate cells from long-term damage. By combining several of these dietary allies, men can create a strong foundation for comfort and vitality as they age. Zinc is one of the most important minerals for male health, and it is found in oysters, pumpkin seeds, beans, and nuts. Studies show that zinc helps regulate the activity of hormones, reduce swelling inside the prostate, and improve urinary flow. Many men are deficient without realizing it, and simply adding a handful of pumpkin seeds or a zinc-rich food each day can make a noticeable difference. This small habit is simple, affordable, and safe, yet it has lasting benefits for both the prostate and the immune system. Saw palmetto is another well-known ally, particularly in the United States, where it has been used for decades as a natural supplement to ease urinary symptoms linked with BPH. Extracts of this palm fruit appear to gently block the same enzyme that fuels prostate growth, offering relief without the heavy side effects of prescription drugs. While not a cure, many men report reduced frequency of nighttime urination and improved comfort after regular use. The research continues, but the evidence suggests it can be a helpful part of a broader natural plan. Vitamin E and selenium also deserve mention, since they are antioxidants that protect cells against the stress and damage caused by free radicals. The prostate, like many organs, is vulnerable to oxidative stress as men grow older, and these nutrients act like a shield, slowing down the processes that lead to enlargement and disease. They are found in nuts, seeds, whole grains, and certain fish, and can be included easily in everyday meals. The story of Richard, a 65-year-old retired engineer, shows how these changes come together in real life. After years of waking frequently at night, he began eating a handful of pumpkin seeds daily and adding tomato dishes cooked with olive oil into his weekly diet. Within a few months, he noticed stronger flow, fewer trips to the bathroom, and more restful sleep. His doctor confirmed his prostate symptoms had eased, and Richard felt grateful that such simple choices brought such real relief. As we can see, the best approach is not about one food alone, but about combining natural nutrients that work together for protection. In the next part, we will shift our focus to the hidden enemies in the diet, the foods and habits that quietly worsen prostate problems and make symptoms harder to control. The silent enemies that make the prostate grow faster. While some foods and nutrients protect the prostate, others quietly do the opposite, fueling inflammation, hormone imbalance, and unwanted growth of the gland. Many men are unaware that everyday choices at the dinner table or in daily habits can slowly worsen urinary problems. By identifying and avoiding these silent enemies, you can take another important step toward protecting your prostate and improving your quality of life. One of the first culprits is milk and dairy products, which contain natural growth hormones that may stimulate the prostate. For some men, even a single glass of milk at night can make the next morning more difficult, with weaker flow and more urgency. George, a 72-year-old grandfather, shared how he drank a cup of warm milk before bed for years, believing it would help him sleep. Instead, his nights were restless, and his mornings began with frustration in the bathroom. When he finally removed dairy from his routine, he was surprised to find urination became easier and more comfortable within just a few weeks. Refined sugar is another hidden enemy because it drives chronic inflammation and raises insulin levels, both of which can worsen BPH. Sugary desserts, sweetened drinks, and processed snacks may seem harmless in the moment, but over time, they create conditions that allow the prostate to become more irritated and swollen. Processed red meats, such as sausages, bacon, or deli slices, add another layer of risk because they increase free radicals in the body and promote inflammation as well. Each of these foods chips away at prostate health even if the effects are not immediately obvious. Beyond diet, lifestyle habits also play a crucial role. Long hours of sitting and little physical activity reduce blood circulation to the pelvic region, which means the prostate does not receive the oxygen and nutrient flow it needs to stay healthy. A sedentary lifestyle also increases weight and insulin resistance, both of which are linked to more severe prostate symptoms. Gentle movement, walking, or light exercise can make a real difference, even if it is just a few minutes each day. By understanding which foods and habits harm the prostate, you gain the power to make changes that support rather than sabotage your health. And the encouraging part is that each unhealthy choice you reduce opens more room for healing foods and restorative routines. In the next section, we will explore positive lifestyle practices that strengthen the body and give the prostate its best chance to remain calm and balanced. Lifestyle habits that protect the prostate. A healthy prostate is not only supported by the foods you eat, but also by the daily choices you make in your lifestyle. One of the simplest yet most effective habits is staying hydrated with enough water during the day while limiting fluids after 8 in the evening. This practice keeps the bladder healthy, flushes bacteria, and reduces the chances of nighttime trips that disturb your rest. Many men find that this small adjustment alone can improve their sleep and restore a sense of control at night. Regular exercise is another key factor that cannot be overlooked. Fast walking, light jogging, or yoga designed to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, often called Kegel exercises, help maintain circulation and reduce the strain on the prostate. These movements are gentle yet powerful, preventing stagnation of blood flow in the pelvic area and easing urinary symptoms over time. Exercise also helps manage weight, which is important because excess body fat can worsen hormonal imbalances linked to prostate growth. Managing stress is equally important, since high stress levels increase cortisol and lower testosterone, a combination that fuels prostate problems. Simple practices such as breathing exercises, meditation, or even spending quiet time in nature can calm the nervous system and restore hormonal balance. Alongside this, filling your diet with plenty of green vegetables and omega-3 rich foods like salmon, flax seeds, or walnuts provides anti-inflammatory support, lowering the risk of swelling inside the gland. These foods nourish the body deeply and help the prostate remain stable as men age. Finally, never underestimate the power of restful sleep. 7 to 8 hours of deep, consistent rest each night is essential for balancing hormones and allowing the body to repair itself. Poor sleep weakens immunity, increases inflammation, and accelerates the very processes that enlarge the prostate. By prioritizing healthy sleep hygiene, you not only protect your prostate, but also enhance your energy, mood, and overall resilience. When all these practices come together, hydration, movement, stress management, nutrition, and sleep, they form a lifestyle that gives the prostate the best chance to remain healthy and calm. And to make it even more practical, the next section will show you how to put these habits into action through a simple 7-day plan that you can start right away. A 7-day tomato plan. For men who want to bring the power of lycopene into daily life, a simple 7-day plan can be both practical and enjoyable. On the first day, prepare a fresh tomato salad drizzled with olive oil, allowing the healthy fats to unlock the lycopene. By the third day, try a warm bowl of tomato soup simmered slowly to increase absorption and provide a comforting evening meal. On the 5th day, choose whole grain pasta with a natural tomato sauce that contains no added sugar, giving both flavor and prostate support. By the 7th day, refresh yourself with a glass of tomato and carrot juice, combining antioxidants from both vegetables for added benefit. This plan does not require expensive ingredients or complicated recipes, only a little consistency and care. After 1 week, simply repeat the cycle and keep it going for 4 weeks or longer. Most men notice that with steady practice, nighttime urination becomes less frequent, energy improves, and sleep feels more restful. The key is not perfection, but persistence, since even small, repeated habits build strong results over time. With such an easy plan in place, every man has the chance to nourish his prostate naturally without relying on drastic changes. When we look back on everything shared in this video, the message is both simple and powerful. A single food, the humble tomato, holds within it a compound that science has proven can reduce inflammation, lower the risk of prostate cancer, and improve the restless nights caused by frequent urination. Lycopene is not a miracle cure, but it is a natural protector that offers real support for men who want to age with strength, dignity, and peace of mind. By adding it to your meals just a few times each week, you are giving your prostate a chance to heal and your body a chance to rest. It is important to remember that nighttime urination, weak flow, or even the fatigue that comes from poor sleep is not your destiny. These are not unchangeable punishments of aging, but rather signals that your body is asking for better care and gentler habits. Every man has the opportunity to respond to those signals with patience and courage, and by doing so, discover that vitality and confidence can return at any stage of life. As you reflect on this, let the words sink in. Peaceful sleep and a steady, unobstructed flow are not memories of the past. They are a future you can reclaim. With every bowl of soup, every plate of pasta, and every glass of juice, you are making a choice to protect yourself, to ease your nights, and to honor the years ahead with health and independence. So here is your invitation to take action. If this video has spoken to you, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next message of hope. Share this with a friend who may be quietly struggling, because sometimes one conversation can change a life. And in the comments, type the number 1, 2, or 3 to let us know which food or habit you plan to try first. Together, we can build a community of men supporting each other on the journey toward health, strength, and peace.